Hey there! So today we have another review. This is a beer from Ivanhoe Park. If you don't know, this is local to Orlando. The brewery that I picked this up from used to be Deadwoods. So Deadwoods used, in my opinion, was like the coolest brewery in town. Fortunately, they closed. They were like really nice tap room, and then like they were inspired by like older traditional historical styles, which is really cool in my mind as a beer geek. But I guess didn't work out. Lovely tap room, and unfortunately they announced they were closing. But thankfully the local brewery bought them out, so opened up a second location. Luca Fawcett's, they call it Ivanhoe Lager House, and one of my best friends works there, at least. So go say hi. Guavacation, Berliner Weisse, Guava Raspberry, 4%. They're also like a no-joke brewery. They've won a few medals at GABF from World Beer Cup or something like that. At least a couple medals between those two places. So, yeah. And also, I mean, usually it's like take blah, blah, but I was just at the brewery a couple weeks ago, and it's like, hey, like, it's like $3 more if you want a free glass or whatever. I don't even need the glass. I just said yes. I don't know why. But yeah, this is their, Berliner Weiss. So, nice kind of like guava-ish kind of color to it. Obviously, they're using guava puree, maybe strawberries helping out with that coloration too. On the nose, yeah. I mean, it's just cheater fruits, right? Big guava, maybe a little bit of strawberry sweetness, a light kind of like doughy malt character. Nice acidity in there too. Yeah, I mean, it's just tropical guava for days. Cheers. Nice and tart, refreshing up front. It is a nice 4% crusher. It really does sell more kettle sour than like these, like, what do you call them? Pastry sours or dessert sours. What do you want to call them? Like, this is like pretty, I mean, you see the color, so you think it's going to be like, you know, maybe a little bit more intense on fruit. But it's pretty light on that. Honestly, it reminds me a little bit of like Westbrook Goza. Just like sour, get to the point kind of to do. The guava in there is quite nice. It does offer this nice kind of tropical vibe, and obviously the acidity pairs really well with that guava. Not really a strawberry-ish kind of beer. Sorry, raspberry. Oh, raspberry. That's what it is, not strawberry. Raspberry. Yeah, maybe smell a little bit on the nose. On the palate. Yeah, you know what? Now I think of it, like the acidity of the beer is pretty sharp, but then there's the raspberry, you know, plays well where like it offers this kind of like seedy tart raspberry flavor into it, because, you know, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but most of the time it depends on how you your batch of raspberries, but they can be pretty tart. So this mimics that with the acidity of the beer and also that raspberry flavor, which is quite nice. A nice transitioning from that kind of like tropical vibe into the tart raspberry character. For me, I tend to end up liking a little bit more fluffiness to mouthfeel, and maybe a little bit more residual sweetness, right? I don't know. I'm not quite sure. But it is really leaning on that Berliner Weiss a good amount. So don't think of something that's like super fruity and like jammy or something like that, which is completely fine. I like having the variation of having beers that, you know, have more acidity, taste more like kettle sour than, you know, beers that taste more like fruit puree than beer, right? So having that multiple things in the market is nice. Crushable, 4%, 16-ounce can is perfect for it. This is exactly the kind of thing that like should be cool. Like what was it? Jay Wakefield with like his dragon fruit kettle sour, the popularization of Florida Weiss. Yeah, let's call this a Florida Weiss. It's got guava, you know, it's got that tropical vibe to it. It's tart, it's acidic. They should really lean into that kind of like, just steal that word. Who needs Berliner Weiss? You know, Berlin, Florida. We're in Florida. Tart. Yeah. This is a nice solid 93. Yeah. You need more of this. You need more of this stuff in your life. You know, something acidic, a little bit fruity, 4%. Crush it. 16-ounce cans. Love it. Check out the brewery. One of the recommended breweries in town if you do come to Orlando. Cheers. Later.